Hey guys, real quick, as I'm editing this video, I just wanted to remind you guys that there are timestamps in the description below so that you can see where each of the questions is in the video. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video because I'll post the pictures of what my retie ended up looking like whenever she was done. As we do this interview, my loctician is going to be actually doing a retie on my hair and answering your questions at the same time. Hey guys, it's Tanya. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with my loctician, Glenette Wright from Always Right Hair Care. And as you can see, I'm getting my hair retied. But while we were here, I decided to go ahead and record our Q&A that was promised to you guys. So we're gonna go right into it, answering some of the questions that have been posted on videos and also in my Facebook group. If you're not in my Facebook group yet, go ahead and join. I will add it to the link in the description below. And it's called Locks So Fine, and it's for people with microlocks and sister locks on fine hair. So let's get started. Okay, so question number one, how do I find a trained loctician to do microlocks in my state? You have an answer for that one?
So there is no database for microlocks, kind of like SISTERLOCKS. People are just now starting to brand their own microlocks. The easiest way will probably be through Instagram or Facebook, searching your city or state, using hashtags with microlocks. I would definitely say word of mouth.
Facebook groups.
Yeah, Facebook groups as well. Make sure you look at pictures, you're actually seeing their work.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I agree. Get people's pictures, look at what their grid's looking like. And then I have a video about, your consultation and how it's between both of you guys. So it's your opportunity to like see what that person's gonna be like. Not just their prices, but like their personality and their work and stuff. It's an interview for the both of you guys. I think that people think that like the consultation is just like them telling you what they know about that, but it's you choosing somebody. And so I would say, use those resources that she mentioned. And then on top of that, get in your not interview, don't call it an interview because they might not appreciate that, but your consultation and really ask the hard questions and be open. And so you can find the right person for you.
Right. Make sure y'all vibe.
Yes, you got to vibe because you spend a lot of time together for sure. And it's a big investment in time and energy for you. And I know if you're considering it, you probably have been for a long time. So it's a hard choice to make. Okay, so the next question is from Empowered Clark. And her question is it okay to trim your ends and not risk unraveling?
You can trim your ends. I would say only trim them if your hair is mature, because if your hair is not mature, then of course you're going to start having unraveling from those blunt ends.
Yeah, that's short and sweet. So yes, Empowered Clark, you can trim your ends, but you need to make sure that your locks are mature before you trim them or they might unravel. You heard it from the best. That's the answer to that one. Okay, so the next question is from Bama Mrs. Lee. She posted it on YouTube on one of my videos, and her question is, would you recommend starting locks with twist, interlocks, braids for a person with fine, low density hair?
So for me, I do not offer braid locks, therefore I would not recommend them, but that does not mean that people should not get them. I just don't offer them. So I would definitely say 2-strand twist or interlocking, preferably interlocking, and that really depends on your curl pattern. If you have a tighter curl pattern, then 2-strand twist would be fine because it'll hold better. But interlocking, I would say, would be the best one as far as not having to deal with as much unraveling and slippage.
So do you think that's you're saying that just because the person's hair is fine, or are you saying it just in general?
Just in general.
So she says basically doesn't necessarily recommend braids, but interlocks versus twist. But if your hair is fine and low density, then more than likely it's soft. I mean, that's not always the case, is it?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, so the next question is also from Bama Mrs. Lee, and her question is, would you recommend microlocks if the client has bald spots or sparse edges?
Definitely. It's a preference thing. Some people have balding spots and they're self-conscious about it. Others don't. I have a thin spot here that I was born with. There's also a notion that if you get locks, that miraculously these spots will go away. For some people, it kind of does happen that way. Mostly, I guess, because you're not constantly messing with your hair.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that'll always happen for people. You may always have bald spots, but if you're not self-conscious about it, lock your hair.
Do you think that locks? Because I've seen some videos on YouTube that are like, you know, I got sister locks and now I have worse balding. Do you think it can make it worse?
That would probably depend on the type of alopecia that they have.
So the cause.
So yeah. So, you know, I'm also a hair loss practitioner, so I'll say scarring. If it's scarring alopecia, that's permanent. And so, you know, you get these locks and your follicles are already damaged, it's not going to change. It's something that's going to get worse regardless.
Yeah.
Is the thing. So it's like whether they have locks or don't have locks, they're still going to bald.
Yeah.
And so it really wouldn't make a difference, you know, if you have locks or not. I've seen people say, well, I've even had someone ask me if locks make your hair thin. And that's not necessarily true either. It could be, because it could be too much tension or too much weight. You just really you never know how much weight, you know, the base of your hair can hold.
So I guess if that was the case though, could they just like keep their locks short and be fine? So it wouldn't be so much weight?
Possibly. It's one of those things that you'll have to
just depends.
See, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, awesome. Bama Mrs. Lee, there's the answer to your question. Okay, the next question is from Whitney Biles, and Whitney asked, what is a good wintertime regimen for locks?
So this question is kind of difficult for me because I don't do anything differently with my locks nor my clients' locks in the wintertime. And I've never had any issues with any clients having any dryness during the wintertime with their locks. So I would just say continue to moisturize your hair as you normally would. And, you know, there's just different things that you can try out if you do start noticing different little situations. It may be a trial and error type of thing.
I agree. Only thing that I've done differently, it honestly has nothing to do with the winter and everything to do with just trying to avoid frizz and breakage in the first place, protecting your locks and wearing your bonnets. And, you know, in my car, I have a car seat cover, but it's not the same as whenever you had loose natural hair and you had to really make sure that your hair wasn't shedding or breaking off. I think locks have kind of a built-in protective. Yeah. So it's a little bit different. So hopefully that answered your question, Whitney. So our last question is from April, and this is what April says. April says that she has DIY twist microlocks, and she interlocks them to retighten. Her ends, I guess she braided, and they're unraveling. So should she leave them alone, or should she continue to rebraid the ends as they come undone?
So you definitely want to re-braid. Honestly, I would say twist them all the way down to the end versus braids. Two-strand twists actually lock faster than braids. So you could probably skip the whole braid at the end thing. They unravel them, just two-strand twist them down to the end. And honestly, if you can message me, send me pictures of your hair, I could probably help you out better.
Hey guys, as I'm editing this video real quick, I just wanted to insert that Glennette is actually in the Facebook group. So if you needed to message her with a question to the person who asked this question, she's in the Locks So Fine Facebook group, and I believe that you are too. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that if you did have a question for her, she's in the group. But that's the answer to your question. The best that she can give you without actually seeing your hair, April, is the advice that she gave. But since you're in the Facebook group, I'll get in contact with you. And that's all the questions that we had. Did you have any like words of wisdom or anything that you wanted to share before we sign off?
Love your hair. It's okay to have lock crushes, but your journey, no two journeys are the same.
Right.
Basically, no two journeys are the same. It doesn't matter if you and someone have similar hair, texture, curl, pattern, density, whatever. No two journeys is the same.
Nope. But I'm enjoying my journey. I hope you guys are too. Glennette also has 2 of these little sample packs and I'm going to be giving one away to somebody who's watching this video. So comment below if you're interested in it. It has some conditioner, her tingling growth oil, which I also love, the strengthening hair milk. That if you see my video about how I refresh my hair every day, or not every day, but whenever I need it to be refreshed, I use the strengthening hair milk. And it has some tea tree peppermint shampoo and a couple other things in here. So I'll be giving this away to a subscriber. So in order to win this giveaway, you just want to be subscribed to me, and then also in the Facebook group, because this is a Facebook group giveaway instead of being an Instagram giveaway. And I'll be ending it at the day before Thanksgiving is the last day to enter that by subscribing and also joining the Facebook group. So it'll be in the link in the description below. Thank you to Glenette for answering the questions that you guys have. If you're interested in another Q&A, then comment below and let me know if you guys like this and you want me to do another Q&A. If she's I had to kind of like bribe her to do this, but she was gracious enough to answer the questions that we had. So alrighty guys, bye.